In last classes, we have seen about the physical layer in computer networks. So in this class, we will see about the data link layer. So in this data link layer, first we are going to see about the data link services. So this will be your second unit. In the second unit, so what is link layer services? As we learned in OSI layers, we are having 7 layers. So in that, in between the physical layer and the network layer, your data link layer is present. So your physical layer will be the bottom layer, and next you will be having a network layer. So whereas this data link layer will be present as a second layer. So this data link layer is full and full responsible for sending your messages accurately and splitting it into your packets and sending the correct data from one end of a communication to another end of a communication. So this data link layer is a full process of having your data packets sending correctly and receiving your acknowledgement, and then again sending your data. So in that, first we will be seeing about your framing part. This framing part plays an important role. Why? Because when we are sending a message from source to destination, this message of hi will be converted into packets. So when these packets are transferred to destination, the packets, what happens, it will not be directly jumped as a packets, but it will form into a framing. So where you will be having a header, and you will be having a payload work, and you will be having a end frame. So what happens when we are splitting your data like this? So this hi message, what happens, it stores in each frames. The letter may be of splitting into each frames, or word may be splitting into each frames. It will be converting into each frames because of your frame packets. Okay, so because when we convert this framing, automatically what happens, this frames are converted into a packets for easy understanding for a sender and a receiver to receive the communication. So next is your error detection and correction. So what happens, and most probably, for example, we can take this video itself. While I am taking a video, if we have a noise, or if we have another extra sounds, or if we have any incoming messages or calls, there will be a noise eruption in the video. So to avoid this, what we will do, we will just put our mobile in silent, or we will be taking a video in a silent place. The same way, the data which we are sending from the receiver to, from the sender to receiver, the same way what happens, there will be a noise detection, or there may be any interruptions, because the packet the flow may be not equal, or the flow may be stopping in the middle because the receiver side is not receiving the communication properly. So you may have some disturbances in your sending your frame packets. So that time what happens, this error correction and detection will be working to reduce by noise or interference. So next is your flow control. Flow control is nothing but when the data packets are sending continuously from the sender to receiver, when the data packets are continuously sending your data, it keeps on sending your data. What happens? It will at one side, even the receiver is not receiving your communication properly, all the data will be dumped into a particular single flow. So what happens that time? So your overwhelming happens in the receiver end side, because one packet can be sent only at a time, and after receiving the acknowledge only, another packet can be sent from the sender to receiver side. So with this, what happens, we can adjust the flow control of your communication. So next is your MAC. So MAC is nothing but media access control, where the media access control is having your full handling of your network access. So it may be either of a single way of a network access, or it may be of a multiple work of your network access. So it does a multiple network access to communicate your data from one system to another system. So next is your reliable delivery. So this reliable delivery, what happens is, it is an error-free network delivery. So the message can be sent simultaneously, where the sender is also available and the receiver also available. So that time there will be no error occurring. So what happens? This reliable delivery occurs and the frame packets will be delivered quickly. So the last is your link access. This link access is nothing but the IP with addresses which we are providing. So each in the first unit we have solved, each one is having a MAC ID and a IP address for each of your systems. So through that way what happens? This link access can be accessed and it can be provided. So your IP address will be an example of this. So we'll see the rest in your next classes. So thank you.